Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my little shop of misadventure. So I've had a lathe upgrade in mind for quite some time now. I'm looking to put on a custom cross slide, preferably something that's actually square and has some T-slots in the back. Now finding material for this, something suitable for a lathe, was a little difficult to locate. It was a big old hunk of 9-inch ductile iron, I believe. Of course, there is another problem. So basically, this is what I've come up with. Looks like I'm gonna have to stick it on a couple of 1, 2, 3 blocks. It's actually got a little more rock than I care to clamp down with, so I'm gonna take a little bit of shim stock. By my measurements here, 7th thou shim should actually just cure that. So I don't need much, just gonna need a little bit like this. So a little kind of goes a long way with this stuff, thankfully, because it is kind of expensive. I'm not sure what the stainless steel stuff costs, but I think this pack was maybe 60, 70 bucks or something like that. Of course, that's Canadian prices. All right, so in case you're wondering, this thing on my wrist is a result of doing something very manly. And also, I've reevaluated this setup about 3 times before I even started. So I was having some clearance issues, so I brought it, well, I guess to the back of the table a little more. So by the time we cut this off, we'll have plenty of room to cut off the front. And also, the quickest way to remove metal is with a drill. So instead of burning up my end mill, and I'm going to just drill a series of holes to remove as much metal as possible. And once I get through to the bottom of this side, I'm going to set the stop so I don't end up going through the table. So I know that's kind of the first thing I'm thinking of. I said a whole bunch of stuff and I forgot to turn the freaking mic on. There we go. All right. It's actually pretty close to the bottom here anyway. I don't think I could have hit the bottom of the table, so right there. That's where we'll stop. All right, guys. So should be just getting up to the last hole here. I'm just kind of resetting the 0 and then going about 500 thou and a bit, just so they're not overlapping quite well at all. And yeah, this could very much be the last hole. I haven't had to sharpen this drill yet though, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, I think that's all we'll be able to get out of that one. So I don't know how many of you guys actually do this. This isn't actually a split point drill. This is just a normal crappy home hardware drill bit, I think. But if you put a little relief back there, it kind of acts as though it's a split point drill. That was one sharp, and I only had to stop a couple times just to let it cool off. But as you can see, it's seen better days. Anywho, so we're at about 490 RPM for the drill, and we're going to probably keep it the same way for the end mill. Yeah, I think we'll stay at 200 thou depth. That's good. Ooh, sounding different. This may very well be the last pass here. Yeah, well, there's almost 100 thou left there, but the cast, it might just snap right off now. All right, let's see if it snaps off of there. All right. Let's see here. That's pretty loose. It might just snap right off. Yep. Beauty. Tough on the end there, but there we go. You can just feel the drill marks in there. Well, quite a bit actually, but as long as we can get it in the saw, we'll be able to clean that up no problem later. I got the same thing to do on this side. And it's going to take a little while. That probably took an hour and a half maybe. I'm not sure. I wasn't actually keeping time. I'm just kind of going by how hungry my stomach is. All right, get back to you. It should break off. Oh yeah. Oh, beauty. Now it fits. All right, guys. Well, now that we have a much more workable piece to work with, I'm going to go through some of the planning and idea phase here. I guess I don't usually do that. I try to have it all drawn out on a pizza box or something, but unfortunately, I'm all out of writing media. So, and this actually used to go back to about here at one point. So we lost about 1.1 inches of travel in there when I put in the telescopic lead screw. That's not too huge of a deal. Well, I'm going to be building a whole new cross slide, because if you can see this one, you got overhang here and underhang up here, so it's it's not a very square unit. We should have about 8 3/8 inches to play with by the time I'm done. So what I'd like to do is take the half nut screw, or I guess it's a full nut. It's a full nut screw. So we don't have to go exactly 8, we can go 8 1/4 even. We'll just set this about 3/4 of an inch back, or 3 inches back, which will leave us 5 1/4 inches from the front. So we gotta remember that. I was considering turning that whole knob up here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this feature just yet. I was thinking of turning this directly into that part. I do got enough material there to work with. As for this, the gradients though, I don't know how I'm going to deal with that yet. Alright, so these are kind of my thoughts on how I want the side profile to look like on the compound, or cross slide. So the ductile, I shortened it up a little bit. It seems like it was going to be a little bit too long. I don't want it to interfere with the taper attachment, so I'm going to settle with 8 inches. I was considering doing a couple T-slots here, but I might not do that after all. I might just end up going with a good stud bolt or something like that for another tool post maybe, or drill some bolt holes in there for a fixture plate. I don't know, the sky's the limit. So I got it down to length pretty more or less. I'm just going to raise the table up a bit and hopefully get rid of that mess there, because I don't like that. I'm going to take that mark off of there. Oh yeah, that helps. Yeah, I can feel it pretty good with my fingers, so I'd rather just do this and get rid of that. So, all right, length established. Looks like we get to go another pass. Well, I got no qualms over that finish whatsoever. All right, guys, so technically it's been like 3 months since I started this video, and I'm just kind of getting back to this build. It's been quite a few interruptions, so at the risk of sounding or being, I guess would be the word, repetitive, I'm going to be doing another dovetail. And did quite a few on the last build, so I'm just going to kind of dive right into this. I'm not going to do much explaining on it. It's just another dovetail. All the other interesting stuff will come later. I have in the past had issues with the end mills pulling out of the collets. So I'm just going to look for my little brush here, just to double check to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, that could have been a little tighter. Yeah, I don't want to wreck this because I don't have another block of that stuff. That's it. My company that I used to work for recently went into receivership. So you'll probably be seeing a little more of me now. Yeah, went into work one day afternoon and a couple lawyers came in and said, okay, well, as of now, you're fired. Everybody's done. Crazy. I don't think I've ever lost a job like that, but that's okay. I could use the summer off anyway. I don't think it's pulling in. We're okay. Okay, back to it. It's another funny story. I just finished watching a video on YouTube about why you should buy a mini mill. I'm going to tell you, that's why you shouldn't. Because I don't think a mini mill can do that, you know. And once you've gone big, it's pretty hard to go small again. All right, so well, this is actually a smaller cut, so that was the big one. I'm just trying to get it to depth and then probably just hog out the rest all in one pass. So we want 317 thousandths total depth. So that was actually a big, we'll go 320, 325. Need a little bit of clearance yet. Good enough. Yeah, I could not go back to the taper attachment, that's for sure. Oh, I missed this. That was satisfying. I have to get the vacuum out again here because I don't want to blow these all over the place. So that was a 400 thou step over, 327 thou depth of cut at 920 RPM. 950 RPM. So she's cooking along. Anyways, that's all I'm going to show for this. I'm going to just go ahead and cut the dovetail, get back to you. I'm trusting in my math here. So far it actually looks about right. So I am going to have to dull these corners up for sure. That's pretty sharp. And I think you got to do that to clear for clearance anyway. So, but they're offset because this guy, they're offset because this side's going to have a gib. In case you're wondering, yes, they are different sizes. So these generally take a long time to film, so down now it's going to get progressively shallower and shallower cuts. That was about, I don't know, 35 thousandths. Next one will be probably 25 thousandths, and then 10. So that's basically the gist of it. You've seen them already. You've seen me cut lots of these already, so I'll get back to you. All right, guys. Well, here's my little cross slide off the lathe there. You can see it's pretty small. There's not much to it. The only beefy spot's right in the middle there, right where the cross slide sits. In fact, most of it is only this thick, whatever it is. It's not very thick. 217 thousandths. It's kind of, I don't know. Seems anemic to me, but I got pretty lucky here. I didn't really know about this raised spot, so I'm kind of glad I stopped when I did. And we're looking at, well, I think that's 25, 328 and a half. But I checked here. Sorry, there's a bit of chaos on my bench. Here's the mic. And it's got just a little bit. I might even just leave it as is. It's so close. It's only about 2 thou difference. Yeah, where it's 326 and a half. So yeah, 2 thousandths of difference there. That might be actually okay, because it was tightening up at the back there. And while I was test fitting it, sorry, I'll try to get in between trying to get in here with the camera. Here's that cross slide. Going to go on like that. And it is followed the math, and it is dead nuts perfect. Can't complain about that at all. That's going to be a heck of a cross slide. And of course, you got the lead screw, telescopic lead screw. I got to do the whole dismantling of the taper attachment and everything. Give me a sec here. Not entirely sure I actually showed you guys how this all goes together anyway. This just goes into that pocket with the key in it. And basically just kind of turn it until it goes in, like so. And like that doesn't have a whole lot of slop in it either. So everything on this taper attachment is pretty precise. And that goes into the pins. Well, we don't need to put those on just yet. We will tighten these up though. Sorry, hand's probably in the way. That should slide out of there. There we go. All right. See if I get you a little bit closer. I don't know. It's hard to get this shot for sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's the half nut. Or, fuck, there we go. It's a full nut. It's a full nut. But that goes in there. It just barely touches it. It's so freaking perfect. Like, I don't think I have to touch anything. Because that's dead nuts. It's perfect. That's probably better than the original cross slide. So I think I'm just going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it. So I'm going to put this back in the vise because it should be still centered this way. And I'll get the measurement here, and I'm going to drill a hole back, I guess from here, 5 inches. And then we'll get to flip this over and start putting in some actual interesting features. Hopefully. Alright, so I'm going to give it another 1.1 in as far as distance, setting that nut back, the full nut. I'm just going to drill and ream it for a 3/8 reamed hole. Some more thoughts on this whole belt changing thing. I'm wondering if I could take like a skidoo clutch or something and rig that up so I don't have to frickin' come in here and, you know, just tighten up the spring pulley or whatever, and or centrifugal pulley or whatever the hell's on there, whatever you call it. I know what's on there. I just I don't know what to call it. Centrifugal clutch, I think. I don't know. All right, reaming time. And that's that. Oh, you're not even in the picture, hardly. Okay, fine. Reaming time. Ah. Ugh. I almost forgot the most satisfying part of every hole. Man. Just lowballing it in there, eh? Yes. Satisfying. All right, just doing another little test fit here. I stuck a bolt in there to check the, you know, travel or whatnot. And it does end up exactly where I hoped it would end up. Just right at the end of the freaking screw there. So that's all that travel. Little foreshadowing. But yeah, and up and down, it works perfect, like in this axis. However, there's still a shim stuck in there too. I'm not sure if that's the same as the other one. Like when I tighten it up with the gib, is it going to move anymore, or is it going to be? I think it's going to be. I don't know. Yeah, so damn it. We took a measurement between, there's a pin right here and a pin here. And yeah, I either overshot this 26 thou or it was never built on center in the first place. So yeah, the other one was 507 thousandths between the pin and this pin. And then this one is 533. So yeah, this build's kind of officially got me stressed out. All right, guys, so I kind of felt wrong not showing you what I'd done here. So try to get some light on the subject. I oversized the hole. I drilled it out to 1/2 inch or a little over 1/2 inch and made a plug. But, you can barely see it. I milled it and milled it off, pressed it in and milled it off. So, and then I brought it over 26 thou. I stuck a 3/8 gauge pin in there and measured like I was supposed to the first time. And my initial assessment of 26 thousandths was pretty good. So we're rolling with that. I had to take it out of the vise and everything, and it's actually sticking out a little bit on the back, but I think we'll be okay because it's the plug is bigger than the hole's going to be. So, and I do believe I offset it in the right direction too, so that's good. I'm not sure what happened there. Yeah, I think it was just well, the old dovetail that I measured actually has quite a bit of stuff taken off the corner. Maybe that's where I messed up, and I didn't measure. Well, and I just didn't take it off and measure it like I should have in the first place. So that's all on me. Can't blame my lathe or anything for that one. Though it could have told me. Yeah, so this might actually be a shop gem. I figured I should show it off a little bit. And hopefully it comes in handy for you guys. It's actually about a 1.5 thou press fit. I stuck it in my vise and squashed it in there pretty tight. And my goal was to have the plug to be just a little bit bigger than the hole that I have to drill. So that way it stays put and it can't rotate or spin out of the way when I'm drilling it or some kind of weirdness like that. The potential is still there, it just minimizes it, I think. Definitely use a nice sharp drill bit. I'm going to run a reamer through here, so we'll see what happens. All right, so here we are again. Man, I hate doing stuff twice, but I hate doing stuff thrice even more. So I had to oversize that hole yet again to 9/16 this time. And that drill was just terrible. I don't know what the hell it was doing. It made kind of a tapered hole or something. But I couldn't even get the thing to punch all the way through. But I got it most of the way through, and I moved it over again because I was still getting that. I got a little tiny bit there. But, you know, you just give it a little bit of hold, and it's good now. So I think we'll be okay. And it's moving freely. And it's got pretty much... You know, it's not binding up on the lead screw. That's what I was worried about. But yeah, I had to do it again. Still got it wrong. And I think the dovetails are just a little bit different in depth. Or, you know, if you look at the dovetail, I don't know how I could describe that. You got a dovetail, and then you got your pin. So if that dovetail is a little deeper, it's that pin's actually a little further in. So one of them was a little bit different, and I was still out about 5 thousandths, so 5 thousandths, yes. It makes that, it made a big difference though. Because like this was rocking pretty bad, and now it's pretty good. It's not doing nothing now. So that's as close as I'm gonna get that. Here, we'll put this back in just for demonstration purposes. That's all getting milled out anyway, so it's not that big a deal. So like, you know, that's good now. That's not going anywhere. So I'm moving really well. It's free because there's no gib in there, but it's not rocking. I needed the lead screw and this to be right up against that face, otherwise, yeah, I'll bend the lead screw all out of whack and bind up and make a bunch of mess. But I can honestly say, now we're done for today. I think the next thing on the agenda, well, we got lots of stuff to do on this yet. I'm going to be hogging pretty much all that out. And then I got to figure something out with that. And also a gib, and all the gib screws. It's going to be a pretty long gib. So there are going to be some problems to work out through for that too. So, but ultimately, this is what I did. This one was actually just a wee bit deeper, so I checked everything with a depth mic, and this was pretty close within a thou. And then I stuck this in here, you know, and did the whole, used, like this is still kind of wobbly, so I tried to hold that as steady as possible. I would really like some gauge blocks for this sort of thing. And pins. Pins would be nice too. But anyways, that's basically it. So yeah, I measured from the face to the pin and copied it over there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and yeah, you'll probably be seeing a lot more of me now that I'm jobless and a bum again. Peace out.